As covered in our previous episode, we waited about 10 more days in San Jose del Cabo after abandoning our plans to go to La Paz. We decided to go to Mazatlan instead, to begin our trek south along the west coast of Mexico with the promise of warmer weather. We'd get to La Paz early next year. When the weather window arrived, we set out for Mazatlan, which is about 180 nautical miles east across the Sea of Cortez. The crossing was a bit bumpy. We should have waited another day according to other cruisers that came over to Mazatlan or headed north to La Paz. But there was decent wind, sunny daytime skies, and a clear, cool night. Okay, we're on our way to Mazatlan. It's about 8:40 right now. Winds up to about 18 knots, 17, 18 knots. Swells and waves have grown to what they were supposed to, looking like 4 feet. Fairly close periods. I don't see any real sign of the southerly swell that was predicted, but it's mostly from the north. As is typical here, I guess. But anyway, you see it's a little unstable down below. Here she comes. She took a left into the galley. She might be thinking of eating something without cooking. Of course, we do have coffee. Here comes some snacks.
This is breakfast.
This is breakfast. Here it comes. Okay. Chocolate chip and cherry dark chocolate. Nice. All right. Okay. Serve it up. All right. There's doing about 6 knots. Spells are pretty much on our beam. We're cutting through at a slight angle, so we're riding through most of them. Every so often we get caught and roll a bit.
Hey there.
Gracias. Food delivery. I think Sabritas must mean Lay's. It looked like Lay's potato chip. The Mazatlan coastline revealed its islands and the El Cid Hotel that marks the entrance to Marina Mazatlan, which is quite narrow and subject to swells. This was the first time that it became quite clear that our electronic charts were outdated, as the black line on our actual track shows us traveling across the breakwater, outside the channel, and docked on shore instead of in the slips shown to the right. Shortly after arriving, we learned that Hurricane Sandra was headed our way and began to batten down the hatches. Okay, here we are on the eve of Sandra. We're getting the boat ready. We're seeing some 40 to 50 knot winds, supposedly. Things are tied down extra hard, sails are wrapped as far as they even further than they usually go. The Dodger linen is off. The solar panel has been removed. Dinghy has been taken off. Bike is tied down extra hard. That's not good. We're going to disconnect the electricity. We used multiple lines to tie Echo Bella off the dock. You see the islands off in the distance there. Expect the winds to be coming from that direction, as we're looking at right now. Nobody seems to be panicking or anything around here. Yep. Boaters who live on their boats are just going to stay on their boats during it all. Give that a try. So, see what Sandra has in store for us. Luckily, Sandra disintegrated in the Sea of Cortez before making landfall near Mazatlan. All we got was a little rain, light winds, a beautiful rainbow, gorgeous sunsets, and a gecko in our sink. Peggy's bicycle came in very handy here in Marina Mazatlan, as the restrooms and showers were about a 6-minute walk away. We could cut that time in half by bike, as illustrated in this sped-up video. While in Mazatlan, we had a great Thanksgiving potluck here at the marina with a bunch of other cruisers, and then did a little sightseeing before heading south to San Blas. One area we visited in Mazatlan was the Mazatlan Harbor. It's about 8 miles south of Marina Mazatlan, and there are some interesting sights there. We saw many local fishermen and hiked up to El Faro, the Mazatlan lighthouse, which is at the top of a 600-foot hill located near the mouth of the harbor entrance. One aspect about entering or leaving Marina Mazatlan is to do so with a reasonably high tide and make sure the dredge is not blocking that narrow channel. So as not to deal with that on the day we planned to leave, we moved Echo Bella to an anchorage inside Mazatlan Harbor the day before we left for San Blas.